Now a quick review of what the MAPS Connections Schoology course will look like. So once you click on or open up the Schoology course Secondary Life Skills / MAPS Connections Reading General Employability Curriculum and Professional Communications, you will go to the course that you're looking at or that you're ready to teach. Right now we're going to review Making Connections. So we'll click on the Making Connections link, and then you'll see there's a course outline. The course outline goes over the course description, which we've previously reviewed, and the scope and sequence, which we reviewed the last webinar. It also has the adapting levels for the student learners of level 1, 2, and 3. This information will provide you some resources, some techniques, ways for modality, and then also for responses on the student's end. So this is good information to help you differentiate your instruction with your Making Connections curriculum. So back at the course itself, each unit is broken into different folders. You'll see within the folders are the instructional pieces and the instructional materials. So let's look at, we're actually going to look at the Making Connections 2 folders to show, again, there's the course outline. Within the unit folder, each week is broken down with the instructions. So looking at Unit 1, Week 1, the most important piece within your folder is going to be your thematic unit lesson plan. You're going to open up the thematic unit lesson plan, and this literally breaks down what you will teach that week. Okay, so you're looking at the TEAC 1 and TEAC 1B, the express an understanding of explaining the student's specific manifestations of autism and how they impact the student's social progress. That's the TEAC. The thematic unit also provides the student objectives. So if you are required to post student objectives for the courses that you're teaching within your classroom, there's your objectives for this course. Also, this is your information to identify what specifically you will be teaching and focusing on during this week. Your essential questions within the unit, what questions you will be asking the students, what questions will be asked to help them identify their learning tasks and learning assignments. The most important part of this is going to be your instructional procedures. The instructional procedures literally tell you exactly what you're going to teach that day. So it gives you a breakdown of the instruction. Say, for example, day 1. You're going to select 3 to 5 vocabulary words from the disability glossary and introduce the words to the students. Introduce the handicap sign and discuss the meaning for the sign and have students identify where the sign may be found in the community. You're going to use the international symbol of access to people with disabilities for discussion and community lesson. That's what you will work on for day 1. And then day 2 is broken down, day 3, day 4, day 5 of the week, your specific lesson of what you will teach. So this day 1 specifically said you needed to use the disability glossary and the international symbol of access to people with disabilities. Where do you find that? Down below, you'll see a list of materials that you will need for these lessons. So this particular unit does not require technology at that time. However, it does require printed materials. Your disability glossary vocabulary, your international symbol of access for people with disabilities. Day 2 requires a printable for famous people with disabilities. Day 3, a printable of what is your dominant learning style handout. Day 4 and day 5 have comic strip templates and storytelling templates. So there's going to be some writing involved in those lessons. And then, of course, some supplies that you'll need. It also has some internet resources requirements. Day 2 has a few videos and day 4 has a short film. So within this unit lesson plan, you can click on the video from there and it'll play right away. It goes to another screen, but it will play for you. Okay, so you have that access through this unit lesson plan. So again, the thematic unit lesson plan is going to be your biggest key to successfully implementing the lessons and instruction for your Making Connections courses. The suggestion is that you go in prior to teaching the lesson at least a week or so, go over the lessons that you will be instructing, identify the materials that you need, and become familiar with those materials and become familiar with the videos. So printable materials, they weren't on here. So where will you find them? Go back to your course. Day 1 instructional materials, Day 2 instructional materials, Day 3, Day 4, Day 5. Remember, this is just for the week in each folder. So Day 1 instruction materials. Here's your universal sign, here's the disability glossary vocabulary, and a lot more other materials available. More materials than you'll need probably, but we wanted to make sure that you had plenty to choose from so that you could differentiate for your students. So you go through, look at them all, figure out what you want to print. You can print these, you can set them up to project them on your screen. Whichever way you want to present them to the students, that's your choice, but the materials are available. Let's go back and look at Day 2. Day 2 had some videos, right? Here they are. Anything that has a link like that, that's linking you to outside into the internet or into the web. So it's going to link you to a video, or it's going to link you, this is a video also. Okay, so if I click on that, now, unfortunately in Schoology, you do get the sad face sometimes. It happens, but will you just go up here and click on the blue, and it's going to take you to the video. This is the exact same video that came up when I clicked on it from the thematic unit lesson plan. Okay, so that was the video. And then, of course, there's more. That's another video. Again, sad face. Click on the blue, and then your video pops up. So let's look at Day 3. Day 3 is a little different because it has more charts. It even has a project activity that's within your instructions going to tell you how to use this activity for your lessons. You can click on that. Again, become familiar with your materials. Become familiar with the lesson prior to teaching, and this is going to be very, very simple for you to utilize. Okay, there are some pictures and some posters available. You can click on these. Like I said, you can print them. You can post them in your room if you need them. You can project them onto your screen while you're teaching your lesson. However you'd like to utilize them is your choice. They're here and they're available for you. Lots of posters, lots of charts. This lesson is about learning what your learning style is, or identifying the student's learning style. So there's some different charts, some different projects, some different surveys for them to complete to help them identify their own personal learning style. So overall, this is the Making Connections course. Everything is laid out with the course outline. Each week is going to have a thematic unit. So if we go into week 2, you'll see again there's a thematic unit. So every week will have its own personal thematic unit with the lessons in it and the instructional materials and any websites or any videos will all be available within those folders. Okay, so I hope this has made it easier for you guys to teach and implement the critiques and the lessons for making connections. As always, if you have any questions or need assistance, please feel free to contact your program specialist or your program manager. We are here for you guys, and have a great school year.